This is my song. I hope you enjoy it. I'm so sick and tired of hiding. I just want to show them that I've made it. Everything that I have done. I'm so sick and tired of lying. So, this is my song. I hope you like it. I'm so sick and tired of hiding. I just want to show them that I've made it in everything that I have done. I'm so sick and tired of lying. I just want to be loved without being judged. I am not ashamed, just afraid. I am not ashamed, just afraid. And I am not ashamed, just afraid. I'm so sick and tired of misconceptions. When will they learn their lesson that everything is fine? And I'm so sick and tired of crying. I just want to be free to be me. I am not ashamed, just afraid. I am not ashamed, just afraid. And I am not ashamed, just afraid. And there's so many like me, but they stay in hiding. So this song is also for them. You've got a friend you can depend on. And there's so many like me, but they stay in hiding. No, that's not me. I want to be free. I want to be me. Hello. Hello. Hi. Hi, it's me. Your girl. This is a really difficult video to make, so apologies in advance if it's kind of all over the place. I have written down some notes right here. That's why I'll have my phone right here. That I will be going off of slightly. Hi. I'm making this video for my extended family, or any friends that I've been hiding something from, or anyone else who had interests, I guess. I'm making this video because I have a job that is very stigmatized, and I've been hiding it from everyone. Well, not everyone, but a lot of people. And I don't want to do that anymore. I hate hiding. I'm a very open book, a very open-minded person, and I love to stay true to myself. I really value being true to myself, so when I have to hide something, it really hurts me. Sorry, I thought that making a video where I can get all my thoughts into would be an easy way to tell everyone, instead of like talking to each person individually or have it slip out as a rumor or something. I think having one video that I can send to all my family members will be the best way for me. Also, before I start, let me just add, my close friends, my boyfriend, my immediate family, mom, dad, brother, sister, they all know, and they are very supportive of me. Thank God. I am so grateful that I have such supportive, close friends and immediate family, that they're so loving and accepting. It took them a while, my parents and my family, took them a few months, but after they got over the initial feelings and after we talked about it a bunch, they have grown to accept it, so maybe you can too. As I was saying before, I'm making this video because I've been hiding a big part of myself that I don't want to be hiding. This is something I'm really passionate and proud of. I've not been hiding because I've been ashamed. I have not been ashamed. That's what the song was about. I've been hiding because I've been afraid. I've been afraid because what I do is very judged and stigmatized in our society, and there's a lot of misconceptions about it that I hope I can clear up some of them, maybe. If you care about me, I urge you, please watch this whole entire video with an open mind. Hear me out. I know that there are a lot of you who will accept me for who I am and think, wow, this is not a big deal at all. Why does she need to make a whole big video about this? No big deal, that's cool, good for you. But I know that there's a lot of you that I care about, a lot of my family, extended family, that probably won't be happy. Honestly, I can't really predict how you guys would feel, but I can't see you guys openly accepting it right away. So this video is mostly for those people. Yeah. Alright, so I am a sex worker. Ta-da. Big reveal. More specifically, I am a cam model. I have been a cam model for about a year and 4 months now. First of all, if you have no idea, or maybe just a slight idea of what that is, basically, in a nutshell, I live stream from a webcam in my bedroom. I run a chat room. People talk. I interact. I play my music. I play games. But the taboo part, I also do sexual things on the camera. Not going to get into detail about that because I'm sure that's enough to understand. Let me also make it clear that this is all I do. I do not escort, just selling sex. I'm not a stripper. I'm not in mainstream porn. I never want to do any of these things. Let me also make it clear that I don't judge anyone for doing those things. I think that if someone is comfortable with doing those, that's awesome. Power to them if they really love it. Me personally, I'm not comfortable being touched, being out of the safety of just my own room, me by myself, through a screen. I don't like the physical stuff, and yeah, I'm not comfortable with that. Okay, so now that I got down those basics of what it is, let me tell you why I chose to do this and how I feel about it. Let me start off by saying I love my job. I'm in love with my job. Contrary to popular belief, this is not a last resort. This is not something that I've stooped down to. It's not something I'm doing because I feel like I need to. It's not something I'm being forced to do. None of that is true. Neither is it a lazy job. It is not easy money. Those are all misconceptions. If anything, sex workers are some of the hardest working people I have ever met in my life. When I'm not camming, I'm still working 24/7. Apart from actually being live, I essentially run a business. I have to know how to market, I need to know how to brand myself, I need to know how to make promos, sell, network, be my own boss, keep track of a schedule, talk to clients offline. I feel empowered and stronger than I ever have before. Very motivated. So you might be wondering, what's so great about this job? Why do you love it so much? Tell me why you love it. I will tell you why I love this job so much. In my work, specifically my work, go away mosquito, it is a lot more than just the sex. If anything, the sexual aspect of my job is the smallest part. I am a personality. I bring a lot of my genuine self into my work. I'm a friend to many. I give a lot of people a sense of friendship and love and community because the chat room and environment I have created in my space is a space for people to come socialize. A lot of people don't realize that camming is actually a pretty social thing to do. It's not everyone just there for the sexual reasons. Most of my fans are actually there to socialize with each other. A lot of my regulars know each other by name. They'll ask how they're doing, how did the wedding go, we actually genuinely care for one another and we look out for one another. If any of you have seen Twitch streams or YouTubers, it's pretty much similar to that, just with some sexual things thrown in there. This is something else I want to address. I know that I didn't tell the whole truth to a lot of you. I told some of my family members that I was a Twitch streamer, that I just streamed and didn't mention the sexual part. I want to say that everything I said was true. Everything. Except that I didn't add in the sexual part. People do care about me. They do care about my music. They love hearing my music. They love seeing my films that I make. They're very supportive of everything that I'm passionate about. And that was not a lie. The lie was I'm not on Twitch. I'm on a different website. But the essence of everything I said, if I did say something to you, was true. I guess think of it as being in a relationship with someone. You love being with that person, you love supporting their dreams, you love their passions, you love them, but then you get some sex. It's pretty cool, you know? That's what we do in our everyday lives. I'm just making money off of it, I guess. Okay, that's another thing I want to touch on real quick, is sex. Sex is taboo. It's kind of awkward to talk about sex sometimes, especially with your family. So I'll keep this short. But it's important, I think, to talk about it. I'm a very sexual person, and I love expressing my sexuality. And one way I love doing that is through my job. So a lot of people have different boundaries, different values, right? Some people would never think about that. If they were to be naked on the internet, that would be against all of their morals. They would be degrading themselves, disrespecting themselves, they would feel terrible, it would be weird. But I think it's important to understand that not everyone feels that way. I have self-respect, and the way that I show my self-respect is by doing things that I want to do, that I feel comfortable doing, and respecting other people's choices. Just because you wouldn't do something doesn't mean that I don't feel comfortable doing it. It's a lot of projecting. I understand this is not for everyone. I respect that. You don't want to have anything to do with it, you don't even want to talk about it, you don't want to think about it. I respect that. But I love it. I respect your morals, your judgments, your self-respect, so I'm asking you to respect mine. And understand that we can be different, and because I'm doing something is not a reflection of you. And it doesn't have anything to do with you, or your morals, or anything. That this is me, this is my choice. I'm happy. I think this is one of the best decisions I've ever made. I've made very meaningful connections with people and real friendships that I wouldn't have otherwise. I wouldn't have been doing it this long if I didn't love it. I know where I stand. I would never ever do anything that I didn't like, and I hope that you trust that. If I'm being honest, when I started last year, I was really just doing it for some extra money, because I felt comfortable doing it, and I was like, this is a way to make some more money, so I want to do it. But once I started doing it, I was like, wait a minute, this is not just for money, this is for me, this is good for me. I love doing this. I am expressing myself sexually, artistically, through my music, through my videos. I am doing what I want to do, and I'm making money off that. I'm an entrepreneur, I am self-employed, and I am making a living? Heck yeah. Like, that is golden to me. I really value creating art, I really value in being my own boss, I really value playing music, making film, expressing my sexuality, all of those things in one. Yes, I love that. And when I started, I didn't think people would actually care about me. I thought I would be treated as a sex object, which I was fine with. Again, I just wanted to make some money. But as I said, I grew real friendships with people. Real friendships. And I have created a community full of love and caring about each other and paying it forward. Yeah. A lot of people are misinformed about the camming community and know nothing about it. How can you have a judgment about a community that you've never actually seen or been in? I had no idea how supportive and beautiful this community was. A lot of people connect through Twitter who are in sex work because Twitter allows nudity. And what I have found on Twitter is a family. Not just of regulars, but other cam models, other sex workers. We're all here for each other. And I've met some of my best friends through my work. And what's great about sex worker friends, meeting people through my work, is that everyone is completely open-minded and the sweetest, most just open-minded people. And it's great because almost everyone you meet through this community is going to be open-minded because they are already, if somebody is on the internet doing sex work, they need to be an open-minded person and a certain type of person to do that. So it's like finding like-minded people to me, and that is wonderful because throughout my life I've always valued having really open-minded, kind of more hippie friends who, you know, we could dance naked together, platonically, we could cuddle, we could, you know, be open about our sexualities together, talk about sex without it being taboo. Those are the friends that I've made over the years. And I'm so glad I did, because I wasn't scared to tell any of them what my job was. Because when I told them, they supported me fully already. Said, that's fucking awesome, yes. And I'm so proud that I chose those friends, because a lot of people don't have that. So I'm really grateful for those friends, and I want to say thank you for always being there for me and supporting me, because I love you so much. And again, my family. Thank you. So I've met this wonderful community, and I've had hundreds and hundreds of people tell me that I have made a positive impact on their lives. That coming every day to my chat room has made them feel like they have a sense of purpose, community, friendships, maybe that they've struggled with having a social life in the past, and now I've shown them what it's like to have friends. I've had people tell me that watching me and communicating with me, having a bond with someone has helped them get over the death of their loved ones, that I've helped them become a more open-minded, caring person. That means so much to me. That is what I live for. In my life purpose, I want to make people feel happy, like they have someone who cares about them, and feel loved, inspire them to do great things. That's what I live for, and that's what I'm doing. I will read some examples that I have collected. These people said it was okay to share these. This is from one viewer, who I love so much. The camming community is ridiculously supportive and protective of not only models but their regulars too. Everyone is very inclusive and there is no judgment. I have never felt so welcomed and supported in my life. It gives me a sense of community and something to look forward to every day. The love radiates into my everyday life too, which in turn helps me stay in control of my depressive episodes. Thank you. Here's another one. For half my life, I've dealt with extreme anxiety disorder, including panic attacks, crippling depression, OCD, and a list of phobias too long to get into. I spent much of that time alone, unable to find or keep friends, often unable to leave the house. In the last few years, I would watch cams to find people to listen to watch for some sort of human contact that didn't scare me. But it wasn't until I found you that I began to really talk and interact with someone I watched. You were welcoming and friendly, encouraging me to chat with you and the other viewers. Over the last few months, I've met some great friends because of you, and your regulars, and your fellow cam girls, all of whom have accepted me as so few have. Thank you to those and those others. I have come out of my shell more and more. Even in real life with others I'm around, I still have my problems, yes, but I have friends to help me that I wouldn't have otherwise had. I have you to thank, and I love you for that. See, these mean so much to me, you guys. This means so much to me. And let me just note that those came from 2 girls. This is somebody else said, I'm not sure if this works for watching cams in general, because I most certainly would have left it behind if I hadn't met you. Point being, you're special. You've inspired me to be creative again, and helped me find pleasure in my art again. You've reconnected me to see joy in life. Me inspiring people to create art, be creative? What? That's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. So I got lots of comments. They all sound pretty similar. And then there's one sexual comment. I'm not going to read it out loud because that might be uncomfortable, but one very sexual comment. And that kind of, to me, is an analogy, is that word correct? For my work, is most people, I think, get something really beautiful out of it and understand what I'm preaching, but then there's always going to be that one person who just jacks off and then leaves and they don't give a shit. And I have to say, that's fine. I really think that the good I'm doing really, really makes it worth it. I love connecting with people. Now let me address, I know there is a porn problem. I know, it's bad. People getting addicted, women becoming objectified. It's hard to objectify cameras because it's impossible to ignore the fact that they're a real live human, especially because they're live, no editing, no nothing. There's a million porn sites and videos out on the internet. There's a reason why camming is a profitable and prominent and growing industry. There's a reason. Because people crave the connection that they're not getting in porn. I could go on, make a hours and hours long video, but I'm trying to keep everything pretty much to the point, so bear with me. Okay, so there's a few things that I'm sure you guys are wondering. One of those things is, oh, you'll never get a real job now. You're ruining your future. First of all, I want to say that sex work is a real job. I pay very real taxes. It's legal, it's registered, it's a real job. Second of all, I want to say that currently it is my intention to stay self-employed. Whatever I may do in life, I have decided that this is the right fit for me. I'm a very creative person and I don't want to have a 9-to-5 job ever. I want to keep doing my art, my music, camming. I want to stay self-employed. Let's say I change my mind, people do. I don't want to be self-employed anymore. I want to have a more regular job. I don't want to work for a company or under someone who discriminates me based off of my past. That's just very clear to me. I don't believe I'm ruining my future. I actually believe that I am preparing for my future and doing my future good. I have a financial advisor. I am saving for my retirement. I have an investment savings. I'm making almost as much as my dad. I am doing fine and saving most of my money. This is working for me now. What about 5, 10, 15, 20 years? I don't know. I am living right now. I am saving a butt ton of money. If I ever want to change my career, go a different direction, I will have the financial means to do it. I'm not worried about that, and neither should you be. Okay, another concern I'm sure a lot of you are thinking is my safety. This was my parents' #1 concern. Every job comes with different risks and different degrees of risk. If you are a counselor, you are at an emotional risk. If you are a football player, that's your passion, well, you have to accept the risk that you're probably going to end up in the hospital someday. All sports have very intense risks for physical injuries. If you are a bus driver, you have to live every day knowing that traffic accidents are the 4th leading cause of death in America. Driving a bus, driving a car every day is more risky, I would argue, than my job. Musicians are at risk all the time, especially famous musicians. What if I wanted to pursue my music career solely and become a famous celebrity? Would you say, oh, but that's dangerous, like the paparazzi will follow you, you could get a stalker, you know, many musicians have stalkers and crazy fans. But no, that would not stop me from doing what I love and doing what I want to do. Of course, I would and do take safety measures to prevent those things, but that's not going to be a reason to stop me. And it shouldn't be, just like any other job. If you are a food service employee, you are at a high risk. When I worked at Subway for 10 months, I was constantly harassed by customers making me feel uncomfortable, and I was raped by my coworker. I feel much safer in my room, alone, working from home. I made a post about this on Twitter, and I got, again, hundreds of girls saying the same thing. I will read some of them now. I was robbed at gunpoint when I worked at Subway. I feel much safer now. Somebody else said, no way, I was robbed at gunpoint at Subway too. Used to sell pizzas and would get what isn't on the menu also had to deal with harassment from a manager. Seriously, I had my life threatened more times working fast food than I have from sex work. I was stalked and almost raped by a coworker when I worked at a truck stop, and when I told my boss I didn't want to work the same shifts as him because of it, her response was, "Well, he works a lot of shifts, so I don't know what to do about it." I was stalked by a customer when I worked in a video game store who tried to assault me while I was walking to my car one night. I feel much safer camming and working from home. I worked selling and repairing cell phones. My boss was always yelling at me, and once he hit me. In that moment, he fired me because I didn't hold back and yell back. I started camming, and I can't be more happy and comfortable than I am right now. I had 2 customers assault me tonight at my pizza job. One was with a fucking sandwich. Regularly get harassed and assaulted at this job. Never on cam, though. I have a stalker at my work right now. I was assaulted by a manager when I was 18 at another job. I feel much safer camming than most of the jobs I've ever held. I'm not trying to start a competition which jobs are worse. The point I'm trying to make is abuse happens everywhere and anywhere. And in my honest opinion, I don't think I'm putting myself more at risk than any other job I've ever had. That being said, obviously, there's still a risk. And I'm taking safety precautions. I don't use my real name, I don't use my real location, I use a VPN to hide my IP address. I'm doing things to keep myself safe, and I promise that I am doing my best, and I have not run into any problems. I don't want this video to be glorifying sex work either. There's hardships. One of the hardest things that I've had to deal with, actually, is the stigma. People will look at you differently. They'll think you have no self-respect, they won't respect you anymore, they'll cut you off, shit-talk you. It's really hard. I had my PayPal shut down because I'm a sex worker. I lost money from that. A lot of sex workers deal with being turned down for apartments. A lot of shit that we don't deserve because we are people too. Of course, we deal with creeps sometimes, deal with people calling us sluts, deal with being name called, you know. And it's hard. It's hard to keep a fan base. You have to be constantly catering to them. It's hard to be self-employed. It's hard to do your own taxes. It's hard to create your own schedule and stick to it. It's hard. It's not easy. It's the best job in the world, but not the easiest job in the world. I want to close this video kind of going over everything we talked about. I'm a sex worker. I love what I do because I create connections with people, inspire them to create art. I'm creating my art. I'm happy. I'm making a lot of money. I'm saving for my future. I'm being as safe as possible. I feel great. Okay, while editing this, I realized that there was something else I wanted to say that I didn't. So not only am I creating my own art and making a living off of that, but I am also able to pursue my other dream, which is to travel. I visited a lot of countries this year, and I wouldn't have been able to do that without my job. Not only have I been able to travel, but I've been able to work and travel at the same time. Traveling is another huge passion of mine. Honestly, one of my other biggest purposes in life is to travel and go all over the world. My goal in life is to visit almost every single country I can. So having a job that enables me to do that, and the fact that I can make traveling a part of my job, that means the freaking world to me. That's amazing. I've visited Italy, Spain, France, Mexico. I'm going to Bali, Singapore, and Vietnam next. Then I'm going to Jamaica. All these cool places that I wouldn't be able to go without this job. So that's another huge thing I just wanted to put in there. There are millions and millions of other people like me. Chances are you know quite a few sex workers in your life, but they stay in hiding. I mean, I was one of them. I guarantee you that I'm not the only one. I have a lot of friends, family friends, who are sex workers. And I know that they are. They're not out to everyone. You probably know them. But they hide. They hide because of the sad judgment and stigma from society. Most people, the majority of people, watch porn in cams, but they judge the people behind the cameras. I don't think that's okay. I'm also making that video for them, so I can be a voice for anyone who needs it and a friend. Just know that I am your ally. You can talk to me anytime. You have someone who supports you, someone who cares about you and thinks that you're rocking it, you're killing it, and as long as you're doing what makes you happy, you should fucking do it. I stand with you, and I will defend you till the day I die. I've always tried to be a genuine person and an open book, so this has been killing me. Another thing I forgot to mention is one of the reasons why this is killing me is because I've been to 2 family reunions this summer, and it really sucks for when a family member asks me, "Oh, so what are you doing? Are you in school?" Or I'm just like, "No, I'm not in school. No, I'm not working." Like, I really wish I could just be like, "Yeah, like, I own my own business. Like, I'm running it. I'm succeeding. I'm, like, aren't you proud of me?" You know, like, I feel like I can't do that because of the stigma, and where I would love to, like, tell my family my accomplishments, everything that I'm so proud of, working so hard for, I feel like I can't do that. And I haven't been able to, so it's like I've been working really hard, but I have to tell people that I'm just living at home doing nothing. Like, that sucks. That sucks. I might be afraid as hell to post this video, but I'll tell you what I'm more afraid of: hiding from everyone. Because I'm not ashamed. I'm done. It hurts my heart and my soul to not express myself. So this is me expressing myself. There's so much more I could say. So much more. And I encourage you, if you have any questions, any concerns, please, please, please feel free to talk to me. I would love to have a conversation with you. Please reach out to me if you want to. I am very open. I love you all. If you listened to this whole thing start to finish, thank you. Thank you for hearing me out. Even if you don't agree with me or anything I said, thank you for trying. I hope I helped some people understand. I don't know. I know it's not that big of a deal to some people, but it's a big deal to me. This is me. So you can take it or leave it.